welcome to SoulWhat, a Soultopia podcast with our producer, Matt Stoker. I am your co-host, Michelle Welch.
And I'm your co-host, Roger Welch. So what's up today, Michelle?
Well, we're really excited tonight to have Christiana Gaudet with us. And Christiana has been a full-time tarot professional for more than 25 years, you guys. She offers readings, coaching, and mentoring by phone, webcam, and in person from her office in Palm City, Florida, and during tours to the Northeast and other Florida locations, and soon to be Texas, I will add, when things clear up with all this stuff going on, right? Christiana is a popular psychic entertainer on radio and television and at parties and special events. She is a headlining speaker at festivals and conferences throughout the country and a sought-after teacher of tarot, personal growth, and healing and esoterica. Christiana's first book, Fortune Stellar, What Every Professional Tarot Reader Needs to Know, is considered an industry standard for tarot professionals. The award-winning expanded second edition was released in December 2017. Her second book, Tarot Tour Guide, also in its second edition, is a beloved reference for beginners and experienced tarotists alike. Christiana is the founder and organizer of STAARCON, a new annual tarot conference. How new is it? And welcome to the show, Christiana. How are you doing?
I am very well, and thank you so much for having me, Michelle. I'm so excited to be here. It is so new that the very first one happens starting this Friday.
It's so great.
Awesome.
I'm so excited to be part of it. And thank you so much for coming on the show. In fact, we had thought about having you later because we're working through our season and I was going to have you on, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, wait a second. Time is flying. What is this COVID time? I really cannot keep up with it. I was like, we've got to have her on like right now. So thank you for adjusting because I know how busy you are getting everything ready.
Well, thank you. But part of getting ready for a conference is letting people know about it. So I really appreciate the opportunity to do that here. And we are so grateful and excited that you will be a speaker at the first ever STAARCON.
I'm really excited about it. I really feel honored because the list of speakers is just beyond. Yeah. People were commenting on that today. Benabel Wynn made a post. Roger, I don't know if you saw it.
Nope.
And it was just the list, when you look at it, it's just Christiana. First of all, with the pre-conference, you're speaking. Mm-hmm. And then it just goes on from there. But tell us a little bit about STAARCON.
Okay, so the idea came, it was really, we've got all of these great tarot people in Florida, Ciro Marchetti, Lisa Hunt, Mitchell Osborne, so many. Yeah. And for a while now, there's been this conversation of, well, we should do this thing in Florida every year. And we thought, well, why not January in Florida? Because who wouldn't want to be in Florida in January? So it really kind of grew up organically that way. We have a couple of very specific goals. One is to have a wide range of topics. Another is to have really excellent education. Another is to honor our artists. Whether you're talking about tarot or any kind of cartomancy, oracle cards, whatever, without our artists, we wouldn't be here. And then another, of course, is to have an opportunity for real community gathering. Now, enter COVID. So our first ever STAARCON is going to be online only, but we've got this great online conferencing platform called Excel Events. And I think people are going to find it's going to make you feel like you are there. Well, we can't drink together at the bar, but it really is the next best thing. And next January, we will meet in person in Florida, and it will be a hybrid conference. So if you can get here, great. If you can't, you can still join us online.
So be like swimsuit ready next year.
You got it. Yes. Right? Yes. The pool will be open.
Don't have to be right,
That's
Roger?
Right.
Yeah. So we can drink together at the bar over at Sullivan's, right?
We can do that still, can't we?
Yeah, right? Yes, we can. You and Churro will certainly be, according to, yes. Well, we're looking forward to all of it. I know Soultopia is going to be one of the vendors.
Yes, we have an amazing online expo. It's a full-on psychic fair. And of course, Soultopia is one of our featured vendors. We're very, very excited and honored to have you. And we are just so happy with what we're going to be able to offer people. So, I mean, the shopping and the ability to get a reading, it's going to be right there. And so not only are we offering these amazing presentations, and recordings of those presentations will be available for 30 days after the conference ends, but you can also shop. So what's better than that?
It's really good. And for those of you who are watching or watch the recording of this later, what I want you to know, or you're listening, what I really want you to know about these conferences, because I was fairly new to these conferences just as much as maybe, 3 years ago?
Probably 3, yeah.
And now I'm just all in, right? And I can't get enough. And so what I found was not only the community, but I learned so much. I thought, okay, it's just going to be people kind of, slinging cards and doing what. No, these are people who are accomplished in their fields. And like you said, Christiana, you're having a very diverse a group of speakers in divination. It's not just tarot, it's different topics. And what I found at these different conferences that I've gone to in person, but now I think this will be very interesting how we're getting, because I think there's more people that can get involved in a way of people, and you have plenty of time to sign up, and we'll talk about that. But I really want those of you, because a lot of people listen to our show who may think, well, I don't know any of these people, or maybe I'm not ready. Well, you are, because I just went and I didn't know anybody, and someone invited me, and I went, and then I met so many people and I learned so much. So I think this is the way to really get involved in this community and really meet the people who make the decks, who write the books,
That's
right?
fun. It was a lot of fun. Get to meet everybody, just hang out. And then you never know who you're talking to. You're just sitting at the bar having a drink.
And so virtually we'll be doing that.
Yeah.
And so it's a really good way. And that's what I really want people to know that are listening, that you don't have to be feel like you already know people. You know them through the cards. You know them because you've read their books, and now you're meeting them, right? And it's nice to meet the authors who have the decks that you read with and things like that, and to meet Shiro and to listen to him give his funny speeches and tell his interesting stories, right?
Exactly.
And that's what I really wanted to impart and to let people know, because when you go and you're looking at all the things that there are to offer, and there's a lot, it can be a little bit overwhelming, but remember that you can then listen for 30 days to the recording, right, Christiana?
Absolutely. And we have these great, in this platform, we have these things called lounges that you can go and you can hang out either by chatting, texting, or you can turn on your cam and talk to people face to face. So it really is like having a drink at the bar, but you got to BYOB.
Yeah. And it's safer that way too, right? Because you're at your
Exactly.
house. Well, we'd be at the hotel anyway. But so tell us a little about, just briefly, because they can go online, and I don't want to spend the full time talking about all the breakdowns of things that people can go in and look at, but some of the breakdowns of what people could sign up to do. They might, there's always, to me, and it's not just this one, there's always a little bit of confusion, especially if it's your first time, of what you're signing up for,
Sure. So as we said, there is a wide range of things. So if you're brand new, there's a lot specifically about tarot, about psychic development, about meditation that is really going to help you learn at a very basic level. If you are more advanced, you might want to learn a different method. We've got runes, we've got Kipper, we've got Lenormand, we've got so many different divination methods. And so wherever you're at, there is stuff here to learn. And I think my favorite part is, because I am all in with tarot. I love all kinds of divination, but I've been with tarot for many years, and that's what I do for the very most part. And there's just so many workshops about different ways to use the cards for spiritual awakening, for ancestral healing, so many different ways, even the connection between tarot and music. so many different things.
Yeah.
And I think that's, as you say, anyone can find a place here, and everyone is going to be able to learn, from the beginner to the, advanced professional, really.
Right. And it's worth, you guys, just so you know, if you'll go all in, it's really, and commit your time to it and really get involved, it's worth every penny. It really is.
Well, you're investing into your education of all these processes, how everything goes together, how to just be a better reader.
Into your craft.
Yeah, into your
right?
craft, exactly.
Or even into your hobby. I mean, if this isn't a profession for you and this is just something that you're interested in, you're investing into that.
Yeah.
And like I said, the cool thing is just also getting to meet the people that have, the artists, the authors behind everything that you've been in the stores buying. A lot of the stuff we sell in Soultopia, many of those authors are going to be at this, almost all of them, it seems. I was trying to pull on that. I was like, forget it, I can't get them all. And pull them all out. But Benabel Wynn, that wrote the foreword to my book, The Magic of Connection, that's out. And that's what I'm going to be speaking on. I'm going to be doing a tarot spread from that book.
Okay.
On how to release negativity and transform it, right? And there's going to be a spread from that. That's what I'm speaking about. But Benabel is speaking. She's one of the headliner speakers, right? And then who else is one of the Mary K. Greer.
Mary K. Greer.
I mean, and so Mary K. Greer, it's interesting, Christiana, because our store, there are people who literally come into our store who are so new to all of this that they may have never even heard of many people's names. So, we will say, this is where you start, and that's many of the books, Mary K. Greer, those books, your book, we'll say this is where you begin. But this is a way to meet people like that they may not know. I mean, people in the tarot community all would know who Mary K. Greer is, and it's no offense to her. It's just that's how exciting it is. That's an exciting thing to hear. How many people are coming into stores like ours now that have never stepped through our doors. I don't know if that's going on in Florida, but boy, it's going on here in Texas. And it's online, it's curbside, but it's also mask in Texas, at socially distanced amounts. But yeah, it's going to be exciting.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So one of the things that I've been encouraging the people who read here is to learn from you. Because, first of all, 25 years, a professional reader, but you read in so many different ways, and I can't really explain it. I want people to experience it. You truly are a professional. Okay, so a lot of people call themselves a professional reader. I've always, maybe it's because I'm older, I always put like a higher term to professional. I think that to call yourself a professional, that there's something that goes with that. And I don't want to get anybody mad at me that it has to be this or that, but there is something that should go with you calling yourself a professional. Just because you decide, I'm going to quit my job here and tomorrow I'm going to take up reading tarot, does not make you a professional, in my opinion, okay? Be mad at me if you want to. But
well, there's a thing out there when you're becoming, even like when I was in sales, to really become a master of your craft, you basically practice for 10,000 hours. So, that's a lot of time put into it before you become a true master of your craft. And so I think that's kind of where you're going with that is it's not just show up and I got a box of cards and I'm ready to go. You've really got to spend time with yourself, with other people, and learn how to work your way around the cards, what each card means, how the cards interact together, how the people across the table with you interact.
That's a big part of it. And that's one of the things that you have all those years of experience. And so that I really do encourage people to take the Friday, the pre-conference. So could you talk a little bit about that specifically?
Yeah, I am so excited for this. It's called Operational Tarot. It is basically a full day with me. We start at 10 a.m. and we're finished at 6:30. I will give you breaks. Short.
I bet they're
breaks.
short. Come on.
And the thing is, in really looking at what we're going to cover in that day, there's so much to cover. I've had to really pare down everything that I want to share. So I think I'm probably figuring out what next year's pre-conference is going to be, even as I'm doing this one. But here's the thing. It's called operational tarot. And where I'm working from is this. We can know the cards. We can have success having done readings for ourselves or for others. But it's not just about being able to look at a card like, okay, here, the Wheel of Fortune. Well, I know these things about the Wheel of Fortune. It can be about luck. It can be about karma. It can be about how things change or how things are unpredictable. And I can know that. But in a reading, what does it really mean? You know, the complaints that you get from people who have readings and kind of walk away saying, I didn't get much out of it. It's because what they received was a series of classic interpretations rather than an actual reading. An actual reading is so much more than that. And so the people who will be studying with me on Friday, some are professional readers, some want to be professional readers, some just really love the cards and the process of self-reading. That's all good. Everyone is welcome as long as they have some basic understanding of the cards. But by the end of the day, I think people are going to have a deeper and broader sense of how tarot can operate for them and how they can work with tarot as a tool.
That makes sense. And when I was speaking of the professional, I wasn't saying, just to clarify, that you had to be professional to take that. What I was saying is you're a professional, just to clarify.
Is true.
This is true. And you are. And I got a reading, you guys, I've mentioned it before. I think I mentioned it on another show when she wasn't on, but I got and maybe on Starcast I mentioned it, but I got a reading from you, Christiana. And because I'm not going to get a reading around here, right? You know, because they're all going to talk about
We could do that.
you know, for my readers, but you know, and Roger can read for me, whatever. I'll read for myself, and it's just, I thought, man, she really is a very good. The experience matters. Experience in the field matters. There is a lot to be said for that. I believe that, but I believe that in any profession.
So which morning is it? Yeah, because I'm going to jump on it. Which morning is it you go live on Facebook and do readings? Saturday morning?
Oh, well, and obviously this week, not so much, but I am actually live on Facebook 6 days a week normally.
Do you know how many mornings I wake up and that's what I'm waking up to is because she's got it on. I'm like, what the hell is going on over there? And she's got you blaring up and I'm like waking up and I'm like, what is going on?
And I don't do that with very many people.
Yeah.
Usually I'm not waking up to anything that early in the morning, except for him saying, get ready, we're going to work. Right.
And just to let you know, because I do watch on the iPad here, I watch the SoulWhat or the podcast here and see people's comments. There are a lot of people on here and they're new, you know, they're talking about, this is my hobby. I want to, learn more. And, they've got a lot of people on here watching, talking about it right here about Friday's class. So people are super excited about it.
So let's tell them, we will mention this again, and we are putting it, Matt will put it, he's already posted some about it, but how to sign up. But it's exactly where do they need to go to sign up, Christiana?
Okay, I'm going to give you the website, and then I'm also going to give you the direct link for tickets.
Okay.
So the website is simply STAARCON.com, but STAR is spelled with 2 A's, so it's STAARCON.com. But if you go to tickets.starcon.com, you'll get right to the ticket page. And here's this. I'm going to give you a code for a 10% discount on your ticket, and it is simply capital STAAR 2021. Put that in the place for the discount code, you get 10% off. So just remember, STAR is spelled with 2 A's, STAARCON.com.
Well, not only that is the fact that we also, because you can virtually shop with Soultopia, so
Yes.
and the way that works, the way I was looking at it, I'm not the one actually setting it up this time. An event I didn't have to set up, believe it or not.
You may have to.
I
Well,
may
you
still
jump
have
into
to,
it a little bit, but
but I know we can list certain products as a key products, but then we're putting a link in there to our full website of products so you can shop everything. But we're not going to put this out. But if you do have a ticket and you are shopping, you get a discount with Soultopia.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, so kind of offsets a lot of your cost in there if you're buying stuff or looking for stuff too. And I know we're not the only ones doing that either.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, there is plenty of online swag,
yeah,
and we're very excited about that.
right. So I know that the publisher of my book is a sponsor. Llewellyn is, yes. So,
Llewellyn is a sponsor. They are also offering online swag, and they'll be vending as well.
oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're really excited about all of it. And like I said, we have several of our readers that are excited that they're attending.
Carlton's been talking about it all day today.
Carlton just left, and
All day
and-
today, he's been talking about it.
Yeah, he said, why haven't you signed me up yet? And I was like, could I just please get home? And I will do it. I will get on there, but I need a moment to breathe. I have a question about, and I'm trying to ask this number. First of all, you guys need to sign up for the everything if you can. All right. I'm serious. But let's just say they can't. All right. So let's say somebody just right now is in a position that they couldn't sign up for everything. I want you to know that I went on and looked through, because there was a comment that I saw on somewhere a while back on Facebook, and they were just like, oh, no, I can't do that. I would encourage you to look through all the offerings that are listed on that website, on that ticket website, and don't just say, okay, I can't at the first thing you see. Look through everything and see what maybe you could do, because there's all kinds of options, you guys. So don't just think that I can't do that. That's a lot of I can'ts, first of all, that you don't want to put in your language anyway. But just look through there and see what option might work for you. And that might be a way to at least get involved if you feel this is not, the time that maybe you could spend to do every single thing that weekend, right?
Yep.
Although I would encourage you to do every single thing. I go all in.
Yeah.
I like going all in. So I'll be speaking, I'll be attending on Friday, I will be attending Saturday, Sunday, while you try to sell everything in the store, right?
That's my goal.
Yeah. I also am very curious to get just for a moment off the STAARCON thing. I'm curious, since you have been a professional in this business for so long, what are some of the things, I'm sure there have been a lot of changes through the years, but what are some of the things, pros and cons, that you have seen change in this business?
I can't really think of any cons. If anything, I think things in a lot of ways have just gotten better and better over time. When I started, we had email, we had websites. I had a website, but there was no social media. There was no, we wouldn't be having this conversation. There were no webcams. There were no cell phones, for gosh sake. And so I really came up sort of in a vacuum. I think one of the reasons I became a good reader is there was no one to tell me that you can't do this or you can't do that. I just sort of did it. So, okay, so there's a con. Maybe the con is now there are so many people with rigid ideas that try to put those rigid ideas onto other people. But beyond that, I think what is so great is that we have this community. We can get on Facebook or any social media and meet other people who do what we do. I remember the first time I met tarot people who weren't my students, right? The only tarot people I knew were the people who came to my classes. And then in the late 90s, I was invited to speak at an ATA, American Tarot Association, regional convention in Albany. And that was the first time I had ever sat in a room of tarot people that I didn't know, didn't teach, and that was an amazing thing. But now virtually, we can do that every single day of the week. So that's a big thing that's changed. Another thing that has changed is just the wide variety of decks that are available. Right now on my desk, there are 4 different decks, and the 3 of them were not available when I first started. Let's put it that way. When I first started, there were a handful of decks available. Now there are more decks, more publishers. Independent publishing is a thing.
Right.
So there's been a lot of expansion that way. And I think that's really good. I believe that the more voices, the more creativity, the more diverse the creators are, the more accessible it is to everyone. And I'm all about accessibility.
Right. Well, you have a reputation, and it's a great one, of being, and you know this, we've talked about it, of being a bridge builder, of being a mediator, of bringing people together, of being that voice of reason with people. I'm sure you've done that because that's probably why you've been a reader for 25 years. But even within the community, you are, I think of it even within law, it would be somebody who is a mediator, someone who gets people to work out their differences, and not that there's always differences, but you just have that way about you, and that's probably that security. Excuse me, and everything you say is so inclusive and so wanting everybody to try things their own way and not put limits on people, and want this inclusivity and more diversity of thought and diversity, it sounds like, in every area. And I think that speaks so highly of your character, and why I had heard your name was probably one of the first names I heard in this business. And it's interesting when you said you just didn't know when you got into the business, you didn't have anybody tell you not to. Well, we did a lot of due diligence, but we did it all from like a business, and so there was a lot of stuff we were probably naive about. We didn't know really about the tarot. I mean, we went to a lot of stuff, and I'll tell you what, the people from U.S. Games, the people from Llewellyn, Chris McClure, they were so kind to us when we were at INATS in Denver. We were just like these two schmoes, coming in and, oh yeah, we're going to buy some cards, we're going to start a store, and they were just, all of them were so friendly. Allison from DeNicola, she's going to be on our show from U.S. Games, Lynn Sparrow, just so friendly to us, like, oh, I guess we'll buy maybe 10 decks, or something. And now still tell me, we were laughing the other day. It's like the changes, but it's because of people like you, I think, who you don't want to shrink the industry. You want to expand the industry. Yeah. And I think that's what things like STAARCON does, because it gives people a chance. If the people listening will just go and sign up. I can't emphasize enough how it changed. Did it not? When I came back from the first one, how I looked at everything.
Yep.
And how much I came back, and I'm going to be really candid. I came back, I'm a lawyer, and I came back and I was like, these people, they're so educated in their craft, and they're so smart. And, and I think you can be smart in all kinds of different areas in life, right? So I don't mean that in a snooty way, but they were just so educated in what they were teaching. And I was really blown away by that. Do you remember that?
Yeah. I mean, people that go and, they want to learn. That's the whole thing. They're wanting to, go and learn and become a sponge and just soak it all in and really get better.
And you better be pretty prepared if you're a speaker, because, man, there's some pretty high standards out there, aren't there? I better practice on that at Sullivan's platform, right? That's right. So do you have questions for her about what kind of products are we going to show?
Oh, well, I think on the main page, when people log in, we'll have a lot of the products that we make. Well, first of all, we have your book listed there.
Yay.
I think we'll have your book there anyway. But We're going to put some of the main products like the Florida water that we make, the Dragon's Blood Sage, the bracelets, and a lot of things like that that we actually produce here at Soultopia. And then we're obviously when we put the link in, they'll have everything listed there. Plus, we're getting shipments in all week this week and getting that loaded in. So everything from incense, candles, cards, books, crystals, specimen pieces, whatever. We'll ship it. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah. Just everything, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. We carry pretty much everything. So
Yeah.
it'll be busy. And there will be a lot of readers online. I don't know if we are having those, but there'll be a lot of readers, right, Christiana? So how do
Yes,
people sign up
indeed.
for
We have
that?
lots of readers.
How
Yes.
do they sign up for the readers?
So like for instance, your store is actually going to have a live video feed.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And Llewellyn's going to have a live video feed. And we have one reader who will also have a live video feed, which means you just have to literally go to her booth and say hello. Most of the readers, myself included, will have a button you can push to say request a meeting. And the reader will then come back and you'll have your meeting. Now, obviously, if people want meetings with me, they can request a meeting for the next week.
Yeah, I was going to say, you
Okay,
better sign
scheduling
up
for the
now.
next week.
Yeah.
So if you're going to have a reading at STAARCON, it's probably not going to be with me, and that's okay,
Yeah.
because we've got a lot of great readers who will be right there. And you can meet privately, face-to-face and video, right on the Excel Events platform.
Oh, that's cool.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah. And it's so smart that you did it, isn't it? Did y'all ever think for a second that did you have a discussion at any time where you thought you were going to be able to have it live in person?
Oh yeah, that was the plan.
Yeah.
We had chosen the hotel, and the hotel has been fabulous, just letting us cancel for this year and move it on to the following year. They're wonderful. It's the DoubleTree hotel and executive meeting suites in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. So get that in your mind for 2022. That'll be January 1st through 23rd, 2022. Fly into West Palm Beach, right?
Yeah.
And they're wonderful. So that was the original plan, and that will be the plan next year. But what COVID did for us is it taught us to do this online, and it taught us that, some people just aren't able to get on an airplane, even in normal times, aren't able to get on an airplane and go somewhere, and are really excited for the online thing. So what we're going to do next year is we're going to have people with video cameras, and we will be showing all of the presentations in the online environment for those people who can't be there in person. So we will be a true hybrid fair.
Yeah, I think
Or
you're going to
hybrid
be,
conference.
yeah, I think you're going to be ahead of your time on that. You're going to be sort of, you're getting the jump on that on everyone else, because that's probably what's going to be happening, because we're even seeing that in our stores now.
Exactly.
We're seeing, could you keep it where you have live, and we have people from Oklahoma that come and they want to come to classes, but they can't come. People from even South Dakota is like Sion tonight.
She was earlier.
She was earlier. And so we have from all over, just like you probably do. And they now it's a new day. We realize we can do it, right? And so that's great to have the hybrid.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no going backwards on that.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
COVID pushed us to it, but we're never going backwards.
I agree. So we've got about 25 minutes left. Do you have questions for her? More questions about STAARCON? I wanted you. Is there anything else that you want that we have not brought up that you feel you want to mention about STAARCON?
I just want to add that in addition to classes, we have these really great discussion groups, which is going to be a wonderful opportunity for people to get to know each other and talk about the things that we all care about. And we have entertainment. We have,
Is V hula hooping?
I'm sorry?
Is V gonna hula hoop?
That's an interesting question. That has been the plan. But I also know that where she lives, it's been really cold. And I don't know that you can hoop in a parka. So we're going to see. But if we
bet
don't
she
get her to
could.
do it this year, we'll
She's
get it next year.
amazing.
We do have fire spinning. I will tell you that. We have Jamie Elford doing fire spinning.
Wow.
We have a tarot play. Someone wrote an actual play that is being performed. So there's a lot of fun art stuff. Like I wanted to focus on tarot art, and I didn't realize, I didn't think about it, but tarot art is also tarot performance art. So we have a bunch of that going on too.
That's
That'd be
cool. I've
fun.
got Jamie's deck right here. Let's see if I can grab it. Jamie and I've connected. I really like her. So here
Oh,
is
she's
her.
lovely. Yes. And
Roger,
she's
can you-
speaking.
Yeah, Jamie, that's her Heaven and Earth deck that just came out. So that's one of the ones we have at Soultopia.
that's it.
Yeah.
Lizzie got that, and she loved it.
So yeah, our daughter got this deck. She likes it a lot. So the performing arts and the discussion groups, and I cut you off. So anything else? You were saying some of the performers.
Oh, just so much. There is music, there is discussion, there is community, and there's a lot to learn.
Is
And
Chiro
so I really-
go ahead, sorry.
No, I just want to encourage everyone to go to the website, STAARCON.com, STAARCON.com. Check it all out and get your ticket.
Yeah, you guys do it. And is Chiro telling jokes?
That's an interesting question.
That's at the bar.
You know he's like that. So I would assume there might be some of that happening.
I bet you.
His airplane.
tuck him
his,
into it?
His airplane joke.
He'll lead with that one maybe, but he's always got some good ones.
He does.
He has maybe one Texas joke.
Oh yeah. If
Yeah,
not, he'll make one up.
usually, Yeah. So that'll be great. Yeah, we look forward to it. Well, let's do some readings. You guys want to?
Yay.
To some of the we didn't tell them.
You
we're
didn't
gonna
tell
read.
anybody you're
Well,
reading.
they want them. So let's
Who
just.
wants one?
They
Who
want
wants
them.
a
We're going to get
reading?
those cards out, and I'll lead. I'm going to pull out Jamie's deck here. This is Jack. Do you know how to pronounce this name? Christiana Sephiroth?
Is it Sephirah?
Yes.
Is it Sephirah or Sephiroth?
I don't know. It's Roth.
Yeah, so Sephiroth.
Sephiroth and Jamie Elford. I'm going to use her deck. What are you using, Roger?
This is the Rider Rate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
That's
the one by Llewellyn.
yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just switched it up and I am using Light Seers.
Ah, Chris Ann's deck.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, anybody want a reading yet? And I know I should have had you say that sooner. I love the back of these cards too. They're really pretty. Matt, you want a reading? Put you on this. We haven't brought you on yet. But come on camera, Mr.
Oh,
Matt.
that's all right. That's all
Happy
right.
birthday.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Okay. We won't put you on the spot
Okay.
at all. I promise. I was kidding you. Sort of. I always make him pick a number, though, at the end. I just don't make him tell us always.
I do that.
Yeah, but happy birthday.
Thank you.
All right, so we have anybody yet? Because if not, we'll go to our 1, 2, 3s first, and then we'll go into private readings.
Well, there's a whole bunch of people watching, but it could be just.
It's a little
Is there
bit of a
anybody on that
delay.
side, Matt, that said they want a reading?
Well, this is on the. I've got the SoulWhat Facebook page here.
It just is a little delay because there's a lot of people on. They're just,
Yeah.
and now,
So
then we get home and then we see them all.
let's see. We've got Barrett here who would like a reading.
Okay, so we're going to do this. Since we're kind of not, Christiana, since we don't really have time unless they come up with a specific question now, since we've told them, since I kind of messed that up, we're just going to go with the general, whatever comes up for them. Is that all right with you? And we're going to
Perfect.
kind of do a lightning round. So
Okay, got it.
we'll start with you, and then we'll go to me, and then we'll end up with Roger this time.
Okay, for Barrett?
Yep.
Okay, so here's the thing for Barrett. 3 things. 1, his relationship, having to do with just the communication and the building of something that can last a lifetime. 2, he needs to recognize his own intelligence and how far his intelligence can take him. But 3, he needs to be very careful to be patient, because I think there can be things both at work and in all kinds of situations that get him riled up too quickly. So he has to chill.
Okay, so Barrett, I get for you that you kind of want to be noticed. And what I mean by that is that you want to be valued. You want to be valued for some of the things that you're doing in your life, and you aren't always getting that recognition and those accolades. You're not getting that attaboy, that pat on the back that you want. And I want you to know that you can get that karma can come back to you from another source, not always from the people that you think it should be coming from. Okay? So try to notice it coming from unlikely sources, because it's not always going to come from the places that you expect it to come from.
Awesome. So Barrett, I got the Lover's card. Kind of keep that in mind, with what they're saying. It's really more of a passion of things that I see for you. What you need to focus on are those passions you have out there and what you've been, really wanting to do. I did see a few of your comments pop across there. Feel that passion, and carry forth with it.
Okay. Do we have anybody else?
Oh, I see a few, but I think I missed some when I logged off and back on, because I see up to Carla, starting with Carla.
Okay. So we just go with her?
And I don't know who was before, if there was anybody there, Matt, before Carla.
Look how I'm shuffling, you guys. These are going everywhere. Christiana, I always say I can read, and I put my efforts into the reading, not into the shuffling. And I am a hot mess shuffler. It's funny, especially when they're fairly new cards. And if I counted all the jumpers, it'd be half the deck. It's funny. So
she just wants to go with the ones that land on the table. It don't matter about the
if
floor.
they land on the table, then that's good. No, but I make a joke out of it, because I'm like, it's in the reading, not the shuffling. Come on, y'all. Okay. Right.
Yeah, if you want to do Carla and then Kim.
Okay, Carla, just general. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, it looks like everybody so
right.
far has asked for general.
Are you ready, Christiana?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. Carla, there are ways where it feels like you're feeling kind of stuck. And it may be stuck in not knowing what's happening next, or not knowing what to do next, or even not knowing what you want to have happen. But what you have to do is be confident in yourself, and do not, in that stuckness and in what I perceive as a little bit of lack of confidence, do not take the easy path. Let's put it that way. Take the harder path, because that will give you the better rewards. So have confidence in your ability to do that. That will help you feel unstuck.
And I will tag along to that. I will say the harder path, and take the path that I'm going to say, because I think I know part of this, and I need you to go.
You need me to go?
Yeah, actually.
Oh.
Leave. Get out of the building. No, I'm kidding.
All right, Carla. So, yeah, Carla, you've set a lot of things into motion and all, a lot of thoughts, a lot of actions, a lot of things like that. However, those things that you've actually set into, you need to take a break from it. You need to step back, and you really need to evaluate what's actually meaningful, important, and those things that are not important, and and kind of regroup on what you need to do and what you need to focus on.
Okay, I'm just going to say, listen to what Christiana said. I think she said it best for me. Yeah. For on the air. That's what I'm going to say. Yeah.
Very well said.
Tagging along to that. Got a little emotional. Yeah. Okay.
You said Kim next, right?
Yes, Kim next.
Kim, all right. Kim.
Okay.
Kim, you need to be patient. You are definitely dealing with some things that are difficult right now. And we all are. I could say that for anyone and be right. But it really does show up here that you may be going through some above average stress. Be patient with it. Be patient with yourself. You will get through it. What you need to do is think about how you are communicating, what you're telling yourself about yourself, like your own self-talk, but also the people around you. And when I say be patient with time, be patient with yourself, But do not be too patient with people who aren't treating you right.
Yeah. So, Kim, the decision that you're in a crossroads, and the decision that you're going to make right now, I need you to, like a chess, I need you to think like a chess game. Think about 3 moves down the road and how you're going to feel once you make that decision. Yeah.
Okay, so Kim, another thing too is, you've got a lot of opportunities setting out there, I think, but you need to not let them overtake everything. You need to take and focus on the ones that mean the most to you, the most important ones, and just kind of focus on that for a time being.
Okay.
Okay. Mickey?
Um,
I think I saw Mickey pop up next.
Nikki.
Mickey.
Mickey with an M.
Yeah, Mickey with an M.
Okay.
okay.
Mickey with an M?
Mickey with an M. Like the
Okay.
song.
Is that Christiana's friend and our friend Mickey?
Yep.
Oh, Mickey, you're so fun.
Okay.
Yes.
Who's
Okay.
also
So
a speaker at
speaking.
STAARCON.
That's
Yeah.
right. Hello, Mickey Klein. Okay. Called her out there. She's speaking.
So, and the thing is, Mickey, we know that you have invented and created a really great thing. We also know that in your own personal life, you've been going through it recently and have not so much been able to put your time and energy into what we know is your path, your creative path, your spiritual path, your soul's path. But never fear. You are healing in all the ways you need to heal, and you are getting ready to move forward and move all of your skill and ability forward in a way that's going to be a benefit not just to you, but to everybody. You're going to start at STAARCON.
I get that too, because I'm going to tell Mickey what cards I got, because she will know. Mickey, I drew the Chariot card for you to drive on through, push on through what's going on right now. And then I got what they call in the Heaven and Earth deck the Victory card, but it is the 6 of Wands. And so that is the success. That's the victory. That's the accolades, the public accolades. So you are coming to the point, just like Christiana said, where you are going to get that product out there. We all know that's a very good product, and that it's just push through a little bit more, and then it is going to be out there, and you're going to get the recognition for the product that it deserves and that you deserve.
And I got the Magician card. I mean, the best thing about that for you, Mickey, is the fact that you can manifest what you're wanting to believe in and what you want. I mean, you want to go out and you want to be great. You want to do, your products and sell it and everything, get that recognition. See it as it's already happened, already taken place, and just follow through with it.
Yeah, and I say, and with I just really get for you the strength, that Chariot, the strength. Just keep pushing a little bit more, and you have a lot of people backing you. That are they're girding you up with that strength too. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Okay.
Next, Peggy.
Peggy.
Peggy. All right, Peggy. Peggy, I actually have a question about, I don't know if it's about where you're living, whether it's, something about remodeling, redecorating, changing where you live, someone moving in, someone moving out. I don't know. But I feel like there's going to be some changes regarding your home or real estate coming up this year for you. And that could be a stressful thing, but I feel like whatever it is going to ultimately take you in a good direction. So recognize that there's, in the very structure of your life, there's going to be some changes here, but just go with it. It'll work out for the best for you, I promise.
Do you want me to go now?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I get that too. What I get though is, I'm not sure if it's where you're living, but based on what Christiana said, I get that it's whatever these changes are involve people. There's specifically some people that are going to bring about, and that sounds broad. Okay, that could be anybody, right? But no, I mean specifically. I'm not sure if these are children or neighbors or it doesn't feel like coworkers. It feels like somebody that specifically really inner circle changes what's going on directly in your life. Now, that could be in your living situation. Yeah.
And I think, I mean, sounds great and everything. And I think what you're going to be moving into is a more stability. You know, you're going to be in more of a place where you're more stable overall.
Okay. Is that short term or long term, do you feel like?
I feel like it's long term. It's like long-term stability coming up.
Okay. Because
Let's
I felt like there may be a little bit of shake-up before that is what I was feeling. So that's why I asked that question.
Okay.
You know, a little bit of shaking things up with these people.
Shake and bake.
Yeah, a little shaking some things up with some changes because of these people. It seemed like two people in particular. Whatever.
Okay, so next would be Claire.
Okay.
Claire. Claire, what shows up for me is all about paying attention to your heart. Whether this is about family relationships, whether this is about your own relationship with yourself and healing your heart, whether this is about love and romance or some combination thereof. It's got to be all about your heart, healing your heart, opening up your heart, being true to your heart. That's the important thing that I see right now for you.
Okay. And so I get that it also is about healing through something having to do specifically, be careful here, with your health. A new beginning with some changes that you need to make regarding your health. So I always, especially on the air, the way I say that is, you know, just do all the things that you need to do, go to the doctor, all those types of things. But it seems to be around some stress. A lot of us have it, but it's work-related stress. And that, whether that's in the home, out of the home, it seems, and it's affecting your heart, how you feel about things too, and it's causing stress. It's affecting your emotions. So it's all tied together. And it feels like you need to change the way you are taking care of yourself. Like, seriously.
Yeah, and Claire, and I get you probably need to take a step back too, and a lot of interpersonal self-reflecting, you know, kind of take care of yourself, but looking at your own self, where you are, what you're doing, what the, you know, whole aspects of everything around you, how things are working, and really come up with a game plan with that, you know, how you see things moving forward for yourself. But you really need to take a step back and really just look at your inner workings.
Yeah. Let's see. We can do a couple more, right, Matt? Or should we go to speed round? Or 1, 2, 3.
Maybe one more.
One more? Okay.
I believe the next one was Meredith.
Okay, so Meredith. We'll do one more Meredith. And
What's the
then
name again?
Meredith.
Meredith, Merith. Meredith.
Meredith. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. What I'm going to say, and hopefully Michelle and Roger will be able to build on this, because it feels big, but in a short period of time, I'm just going to say this. There have been some unfortunate things that have happened, and the way you thought things were going to go, I don't think it's going that way. But regroup, take the big view, you know, take the long view, play the long game, the big view, and things are going to get a lot better in a lot of ways you're not expecting. And so hold space for whatever has been hurtful, but at the same time, hold a lot of hope going forward.
Yeah, I would get that too. I would say divide. Here's what I'm getting. It's kind of odd. I'm getting some words like divide your time fairly. It's not even equally, but divide your time fairly. You haven't, it feels like you have been uneven in your distribution of time. So you'll know what that means, is what I'm told, is what I'm feeling. Divide your time. Divide your time. Be more judicious of the use of the division of your time. And this is going to help you with what Christiana was talking about.
And I also see that you probably need to stand your ground a little better too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to, everyone listening is just, it's real simple. You guys that have listened before know the rules. You're going to pick a number between 1, 2, and 3. And as Carlton, who's going to be at STAARCON, who works here, would say, no cheating, y'all. You pick a number and you stick with that number. So if you pick number 1, 2, or 3, so once you hear it, don't change your number. You can if you want, but that's what he says, and I think it's cute. And so pick number 1, 2, or 3, and then we will tell you who's going to be number 1, 2, or 3 reader. But right now, get 1, 2, or 3 in your mind, and then I'll tell you who's reading 1, 2, or 3. Okay? All right, everybody have it? Matt, you got yours in your head? Roger, you got yours? Christiana? Got yours? I've got mine.
Yours is always the same, doesn't
I
matter.
might trick you someday and change it.
It never change.
Okay. All right. So we're going to go just like this. Everybody has their 1, 2, or 3 with the number you've chosen, and we're going to go in the same order. Christiana, our guest tonight, who is a 25-year reader, is going to be our reader number 1.
Okay. If you felt number 1, the thing for you is you have to pick and choose your battles. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of conflict, but do not be afraid of the conflict. Pick and choose your battles, but sometimes conflict is good and will take you where you need to be. Remember, you're in charge of your own destiny.
Number 2s. I'm number 2 tonight, and I'll say it's very close to number 1. Number 2s. You are going to be leading the charge on some things, and you're not always used to it. So it's time for you to step up, and it's time for you to speak up and step up on certain things, but pick your battles carefully. Almost like Athena. You're strategic, but when it's time to step up, you need to step up. Number 2s.
That's number 2s.
Yeah,
All right.
number 3.
Number 3s. All right, number 3s. All right, so your strength this week is actually going to come through from you actually taking a step back for yourself, but also kind of your becomes a more inner strength for you. It's really contemplating your next move. It's contemplating, what's happening in the world, what's happening around you, what's happening with your family. It's really just kind of thinking things through to the next step and really spending time to yourself.
Awesome. Well, we want to thank you, Christiana, for joining us. Tell us again, everyone, where to sign up, because they're going to sign up right after this show.
Yay.
For STAARCON that is this weekend.
This weekend, starting Friday at 10 o'clock. You can get a ticket just for Saturday or just for Sunday or just for Friday. You can do just the weekend. You can do just Friday, whatever you like. Go to the website, STAARCON, STAARCON.com. Learn about it, get your tickets. We will look forward to seeing you there. And Michelle and Roger, thank you so much for having me as a guest on SoulWhat.
We really appreciate you. And also, you guys, sign up for readings for Christiana, because she is an incredibly good reader. I can vouch for that. And I know a lot of good readers. So, and she is, I would say, one of my readers is the one I've called on recently, right? And the one I listen to, every day?
Every morning.
Yeah, you learn a lot from her. So thank you,
I've almost got the rules down pat.
Her rules down pat. Yeah, you do, right?
Yep.
You listen to her now too, right? But thank you so much, Christiana. We really appreciate it. Everybody go and sign up for STAARCON. I will be speaking. Soultopia will be vending. We are all in, and we hope you guys will go all in too. You're going to really enjoy it. And thank you, Matt, for producing tonight. And happy birthday. Or yesterday, I think.
Yes.
And yes, happy birthday. And thank you all for joining us on SoulWhat, where we discuss matters that are important to our soul, and you can discern and decide the issues and matters that are important to yours. Good night.
Good night, guys.